What's up, everybody? I'm Duke James. This is Ottomans. Not sure what the title is. The first day, I think, is the hardest for calculation, so I went ahead and I just went from December 31st to January 1st. The aristocrats have taken over our country. Yeah, see, if the aristocrats take over your country, you get 0.1 yearly legitimacy and plus 0.05 monthly autonomy change. It's just so bad compared to, everyone else. Bureaucrats, you get material cost for projects, negative 10%, monthly autonomy change, negative 0.1. The spiritualists, you get stability increase interval, negative 10%, unjustified demands, negative 25%, metropolitans, trade efficiency plus 10%, global trade power plus 10%, chiefs, regiment costs, negative 10%, manpower training cost modifier, negative 10%. Even the chiefs give better benefits than the aristocrats, and the aristocrats, oh yeah, you get 0.1 yearly legitimacy. What? Maybe if it was like 1 yearly legitimacy? That would be pretty powerful. 0.1 is like, nah, that's nothing. So I feel like there's really not that much benefit to having a strong aristocrats. And most people would probably be like, yeah, that makes sense, but in 2.5 at least, strong aristocrats estate would invest in infrastructure and they would give you a couple other benefits as well. So yeah, there's nothing like that in 3.0. They really only serve to be a thorn in your side. People embraced legalism and meritocracy. Alright, my rivals are Serbia, all the way over there, and Rome. I also have a truce with Rome for a couple years, so I can't touch them. I'm gonna rival them, and then I have a claim on Rome, and a claim on, okay, that's also a Roman province. I'm gonna rival Hamid. I want to expand into Germain. I'm thinking in Saruhan, possibly Kandar. So I'm gonna rival or ally Hamid. My historical rival with the Retinids, and I started with 25 trust. I also start out with 25 trust with Konya as well. Also a historical rival. Okay. Actually, January 1st might take some time as well. I don't have any claims on these guys, so I'm not going to be able to do a war for a little bit. Alright, okay, let's ally these guys. I think 2 is our alliance limit. No, maybe... yeah, okay. Total alliance slots 2. Alright, the Sunni faith. Okay. It's just generic words. Lands of Anatolia. Since the fall of the Sultanate of Rum, the emergent Beyliks of Anatolia have been locked in a power struggle over the former lands of Rum. Any serious moves by the major powers will break the careful balance of power to the scorn of all Beyliks, while any move by a minor Beylik risks a coalition to crush any upstarts. The only safe action is war against the enemies beyond the lands of the Beyliks, Christian or otherwise. As a frontier nation of Islam against the infidels beyond, we always have a casus belli to declare war against all neighboring heathens. Victory against heathen enemies will encourage Ghazi warriors to flock to our cause, renewing our armies in the form of additional manpower and ducats. If one Beylik becomes truly dominant with more depth than all other Beyliks combined, power struggle may find an end through diplomatic means. Alright, so what I get from this is, if we win wars, we get manpower and money. And then if we get more powerful than all the other Beyliks combined, and I'm not sure what diplomatic means. Do I just inherit everybody else? I highly doubt that happens, but diplomatic means. Not sure what that is. Interesting. So the mechanics over here are kind of like the Italian mechanics. My force limit is 9. Yep, so I have 5. Alright, let's do... Build an infantry. Make my ruler a commander. He's a 6031. I don't have him drill. This guy's 76, so he's gonna die soon anyway. I'm gonna not focus on anything for now. I make 0.49 ducats. I'll get some advisors. It has 0.3 versus 0.4 to higher. That's good. Alright, those guys start drilling, and then I will rival to Saruhan and Rome. Who's Rome rival to? Me, Aden, and Genoa. These guys have probably nobody. They probably will. I'll start a claim on them and a claim on Kandar. We started with 3 stability. We obviously lost 1. Actually going pretty far down. The estates, let's actually do some of these. I'll do some supports with the nobility. I don't know where our tenant abuse is right now. Normally I just spam that because tenant abuse increases a lot. They changed this tooltip, so I'm not sure if this is easier to read than before. It's a lot more compact, it's less vertical, more horizontal, so I suppose that's good. Let's see, we have in this province like 84,000 peasants, 40,000 residents. The peasants... Okay, it does tell you grain dole, so that's nice. Freedom, 69 peasants, huh? Is that everywhere? I think that's... I think, yeah, peasant freedom is a regional thing. So I don't know if that's increasing or decreasing, so I'm gonna hold off on doing that, but that's a nice thing that you can do. Looks like they actually bumped up the relations increase from 10 to 12. That's for everything, actually. Okay. I guess it was too low before, so they bumped it up 20%. That's nice. Alright, I'm gonna do disowning unpopular relative for 5 legitimacy, 10 dip, and negative 0.1 yearly legitimacy. Yeah, that 0.1 legitimacy we gained from the aristocrats having our country is just immediately gone from this one support. Which is why I think that's so underpowered when the aristocrats own your country. Which, I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing, because you don't want the aristocrats to own your country, but there should be at least some benefit there. Alright, yeah, let's do that. And And then yield concessions to ancient liberties is another thing that I usually do for some 0.05 yearly centralization, negative 0.15 yearly prestige, 10 admin, 10 dip, 10 prestige. You get plus 12 relations between the aristocrats and the state, plus 10 progress towards stability, and 10 noble loyalty. Speaking of which, go ahead and I'm gonna do this. Normally I would do centralize the state, but I actually have a lot of provinces that aren't my religion, so I might want to, they moved religious unity from over here to over here. Why? Why would they do that? What is my centralization, actually? I'm kind of jumping out around, but we're 30 centralization. Stability gives you centralization, so if I can maintain like a 2 stability, then that will give me stability. State absolutism, plus 0.26. I will say I kind of hate when it just says like state absolutism. When it says stuff like that, because I have no idea what that is from. I don't know if that's state absolutism or stat absolutism. My assumption is the more centralization you have, the more you gain. But I don't know, because that doesn't really provide me with all that much. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do missionary strength, because I want to convert these provinces. 20 is a lot more manageable than 43, so I'll go ahead and start converting these provinces. In terms of religion, they now have direct clergy. This was moved from up here down to here, so this should work now. I think what I'll do is I'll convert all these provinces and then switch to these. Do these provinces have that MNA heat modifier still? Jewish community plus 0.025, heathen communities plus 0.075. Okay, so the MNA heat modifier is gone because it actually shows you, it actually tells you what the religions are, Jews and heathens. So that's good. So if religious minorities decrease your autonomy, I feel like in provinces that you don't have the majority, your, like, Sunni minorities should reduce your, they should reduce your communication efficiency. I don't know if I actually have any Sunnis in this province. Yeah, there's a little bit of Sunnis. Okay, so that doesn't happen then. Actually, heathen communities just adds 0.1. Okay. Alright, well there's that. Alright, I got the nobility, did a couple of those. Supports. Not gonna do anything with the noble, with the burghers. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna promote and support commerce and provide tax relief once to get their opinion up to 50. Then after that, I'm not going to do anything with them, because I don't want to help them out, because I don't like them. Even though that's what you should do. And then with the clergy, I will perform a show of devotion, and I will donate to them. 5%. Commoner interactions, we can provide grain or provide temporary tax relief. That would help with stability. Our stability is currently +3. It's probably going to decay back down to 2. If it settles at 2, then that's fine. I won't have to do these. I think we make most of our money right now from taxes. Looks like providing temporary tax relief gives +50% progress towards stability now. It used to be 30%. And +10 relations between the elite factions in the state, so that's nice. Looks like grain didn't really do anything, so they buffed providing temporary tax relief. I'd say that's a huge buff, actually. Plus 10 relations between the elite factions in the state, when before that was giving nothing, and an additional 20% progress towards stability is pretty huge, actually. It's half a stability point right there. I don't. They might have upped the time that you can do it. Nope, 3 years. Okay, every 3 years you can get half a stability point. That's pretty powerful. We make 55 ducats from property, 3 ducats from industry. And what is that? 5, 6, 17, about 80-ish ducats from taxes. I think fees and rents would remain. So we would lose land taxes and excise taxes. I don't think I have to do that just yet. And I think I would do providing grain, but I think that would cost a whole lot of money, especially at the start of the campaign. That costs a lot. So I'm going to hold off on both of those, and I don't really need them anyway, so... Alright. Normally I would open stuff. Normally I would open a luxury cloth industries, and higher learning industries, but those are both urban industries, so I'm not going to open those. And I don't have any of the 3 provinces that I'm going to allow myself to open, so I'm going to skip those. And then I think all of the rural industries are actually open that I can open. Can't do coal until you have commercialization. Crop, I'm pretty sure most provinces start with crop, so I'm just gonna not do any openings of slots. And then I'll conduct a census, the start of the campaign census. Alright, we have 913,000 peasants, growing by about 2,500 per year. I don't like how there's a space here. That's kind of annoying. We have 100,000 nomads. We have 159,000 residents, dying by about 1,000. There's 458 people moving into the cities and 417 people moving out. We need them to move out of the cities. Get out of the cities. Don't go to the cities. 22,000 nobles, 2,400 burghers, 8,000 clergy. 1.2 million total people. That actually looks correct. I'm not going to add up these, but that seems correct. 1 million on that page, 160, 180,000 on that page. So I'm going to assume this is now correct. 1.2 million people living in our country at the start of the campaign. Before, I think that was off by an order of like 10. So, food. We produce 187, demand 225, so we have a little bit of a food deficit. Salt, 33 production, 29 demand. Fiber, massive fiber deficit of about 18, around there. Fuel, good surplus, 49 versus 35. Raw materials, a little bit of a deficit, 36 versus 41. Exotic goods, I'm not going to really be able to do much with that for a while, so there is a deficit there. Delicacies, that is a new thing that they added in this, it's not, delicacies are not new, they're new in this screen though. We produce 6.3, demand 3.2, so that's good, and then good that they added that. Also, I suppose it's good that we have a little bit of a surplus. Luxury goods produce 1.4, demand 1.9, a little bit of a deficit there. Consumer goods, a little bit of a deficit. Military is good, naval's good. Industrial, a little bit of a surplus there. Knowledge, 5.7 versus 5.3. 29 consumer goods. Alright, so we'll look at a map mode for food. So special map modes. I know someone was having a problem with this. If I want to look at food, go to economy. I want to look at potential farmland, so because I want to invest in food. So I do that, go to change map mode scope. I'm going to just look at my provinces because I'm looking at the entire world. China is going to skew this, so I don't care about China or India, who are major food producers with a lot of land that can produce food, so I'm gonna go to all my owned provinces, change value calculation, you get the value from the provinces. I'm gonna do absolute, exponential, regular, change color scheme, red to yellow to green, color resolution, I do 9 colors. I feel like 17 and 33 colors is just too much to really get that much. The differences between the colors at 33 individual colors, it's not that good enough for me to really glean anything from those, so I think 9 is good enough. And then I hit reload the current map mode, that nothing pops up. What you have to do is you go, it's my P command, which is the special map mode, but that's actually in the economic map modes tab. So you go special map modes, and it should load. If that doesn't work, then it might be something with the save, but we can see from this that we produce a lot of food. We don't produce food, but there's a lot of room to produce food in this province. And yes, this province is at 131 out of 999 farmlands. So I was going to invest anywhere, I'd want to invest there, so that's good to know, but that doesn't tell you the whole picture, because the other thing is labor. If you invest in a province that doesn't have a lot of labor in it, you're going to end up paying higher wages. So at the start of the campaign, it's definitely something that you want to look at. Towards the end of the campaign, you can just throw ducats wherever, really. And there should be, here's the labor supply tooltip. The labor difference in this province is, for peasantry, is 4.785. That's actually pretty low. So I would put 10 or 20 ducats into this province. Alright, we got some pop-ups delegating tax code. With the tax code, 20 is about where you should be for the most part. 20 is about where it's balanced around. Anything less or more, you're going to get obviously more or less taxes than where it's balanced from, so I'll just put everything on 20. Beylik diplomacy. Every ruler of our Beylik faces the choice, deciding our diplomatic strategy for the Anatolian power struggle for the course of their reign. We could begin a systemic effort to acquire new lands, balance be damned, or we could follow a path of peace in Anatolia, focusing our efforts instead on the enemies and infidels abroad. So Anatolia will be ours. We will be able to launch wars for claims and cores on Beyliks at the risk of all changes in development share, raising our risk of a coalition. We will focus our efforts abroad. We will not gain any aggressive expansion for changes in development share, allowing us to focus on internal development and just war. So I'm not sure how these mechanics actually really work, so it could potentially be very rough in the beginning if I conquer one piece of territory and then everybody joins a coalition. So I'm just going to wing it and choose Anatolia will be ours. Hopefully it's not... I don't know if like a coalition will form even if I get like 5 aggressive expansion. I'm not entirely sure how these mechanics work, so I'll just do that and then hope for the best. Some religion stuff, it's probably stock words right there. Alright, so that was a little bit of our country, so I'm going to end this part here and pick up the next part. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.